Hector the Hedgehog meets a banana. Once upon a time, in a peaceful forest surrounded by tall trees and a babbling brook, there lived a little hedgehog named Hector. Hector was a plump, spiky ball of cuteness, loved by all the animals in the forest for his friendly nature and helpful attitude. Every day, Hector would wake up early and scuttle through the forest floor, looking for berries and nuts to eat and lending a hand to anyone who needed it. Despite his prickly exterior, Hector was a softie at heart, always eager to make new friends and help out those in need. One day, as Hector was on his usual morning stroll, he stumbled upon something that would change his life forever. Hector blinked in surprise as he saw a talking banana lying in the middle of the forest floor. The banana was bright yellow and had a big smile on its face. Hector couldn't believe his eyes, he had never seen anything like it before. "Hello there, little hedgehog," said the talking banana. "My name is Benny, and I'm a magic banana." Hector was astonished. He had heard stories about magic creatures, but he had never met one before. "A magic banana," he repeated, his voice filled with wonder. "Yes, indeed," replied Benny. "I have been sent on a mission to find a brave and kind-hearted animal who can help me on my quest. And I think I've found just the right hedgehog." Hector's heart swelled with pride. He had always dreamed of going on an adventure and doing something heroic. Could this be his chance? With excitement bubbling inside him, Hector listened intently as Benny explained the quest that lay ahead. Benny explained to Hector that the magical banana kingdom was in great danger. An evil sorcerer had stolen the kingdom's powerful crystal, which kept the kingdom thriving with magic and happiness. Without the crystal, the banana kingdom was starting to wither away, and the once happy banana citizens were becoming miserable and sad. Benny had been chosen to find a brave animal who could help them retrieve the stolen crystal and bring back the magic to the banana kingdom. And after seeing Hector's kind and helpful nature, Benny knew that the little hedgehog was the perfect candidate for the job. Hector was thrilled at the prospect of going on an adventure and saving a magical kingdom. He eagerly agreed to help Benny and set off with him into the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, Hector and Benny encountered many obstacles, from treacherous rivers to steep mountains. But with his brave heart and sharp quills, Hector faced each challenge head-on, determined to help his new friend and save the magical banana kingdom. Little did Hector know, this adventure would not only test his bravery but also teach him valuable lessons about friendship and the power of magic. As they walked through the forest, Hector couldn't help but ask Benny questions about the magical banana kingdom. He was fascinated by the idea of a whole kingdom made up of talking bananas. "Tell me more about the banana kingdom, Benny," Hector asked. "What's it like?" Benny smiled and began to paint a picture of the magical world. He told Hector about the banana trees that grew so tall they reached the clouds, the sparkling rivers of sweet banana juice, and the fields of delicious banana treats. Hector's mouth watered as he imagined the tasty delights that awaited him in the banana kingdom. But as Benny spoke, Hector could also hear the sadness in his voice. He realized that the stolen crystal must mean a great deal to the banana people, and that the kingdom's well-being was at stake. "I promise I'll do everything I can to help you, Benny," Hector said earnestly. "We'll get that crystal back and save the banana kingdom." Benny looked at Hector with gratitude and admiration. He knew that he had made the right choice in choosing the brave and kind-hearted hedgehog for this important mission. And with that, the two friends continued on their journey, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As Hector walked through the forest with Benny, he couldn't shake off his worries. He wondered if he was truly the right animal for the job of saving the magical banana kingdom. After all, he was just a small hedgehog, he wasn't as big and strong as a tiger or a bear. "Benny, do you really think I'm up for this task?" Hector asked, his voice filled with uncertainty. Benny looked at Hector with a reassuring smile. Of course, I do, Hector. You may be small, but you have a big heart and a sharp mind. Those are the qualities that matter most when it comes to being a hero. Hector felt a warmth spread through his chest at Benny's words. He knew that the magic of the kingdom and the happiness of the banana people depended on him, and he didn't want to let them down. With renewed determination, Hector straightened his quills and took a deep breath. You're right, Benny. I may not be a tiger, but I'll do everything in my power to save the kingdom and bring back the stolen crystal. Benny beamed with pride as he looked at Hector. That's the spirit, my friend. Together, we can accomplish anything. And with that, Hector and Benny continued their journey, ready to face any obstacle that came their way. After visiting the kingdom and learning about the gravity of the situation, Hector and Benny spent days researching and gathering information about the sorcerer who had stolen the crystal. They consulted with the wisest animals in the forest, and studied ancient texts and maps to try and locate the sorcerer's hideout. Finally, they had enough information to embark on their journey. The path was long and treacherous, but Hector and Benny were determined to succeed. They crossed rivers and climbed mountains, overcoming every obstacle that came their way. Along the way, they met other animals who were also affected by the sorcerer's evil magic. A family of otters who had lost their home, a group of squirrels who had lost their nuts, and even a wise old owl who had lost his sight. Hector and Benny knew that they couldn't let the sorcerer continue his reign of terror, and they promised to do everything they could to help. As they got closer to the sorcerer's hideout, they encountered more and more of his minions. Giant spiders, snarling wolves, and even a fierce dragon. But Hector and Benny were brave and clever, and they managed to outsmart and defeat each and every one. When Hector and Benny encountered the dragon on their way to the sorcerer's hideout, they knew that it was going to be a tough battle. The dragon was large and fierce, with scales as hard as steel and flames that could melt anything in its path. But Hector and Benny didn't give up. They put their heads together and came up with a plan to defeat the dragon. Hector knew that the dragon's weakness was its eyes. So, he distracted the dragon by making himself a target and taunting it, while Benny snuck behind the dragon and climbed up to its back. Once Benny was in position, he pulled out a small vial of water that he had been carrying and splashed it in the dragon's eyes. This caused the dragon to flail around in confusion and pain, giving Hector the perfect opportunity to strike. Hector quickly sprang into action and attacked the dragon's underbelly with his sharp spines. The dragon roared in agony and tried to shake Hector off, but he held on tight, determined to bring the beast down. With one final blow, Hector landed a powerful hit on the dragon's heart, causing it to fall to the ground in defeat. Benny quickly climbed down from its back, and the two friends celebrated their victory. Finally, they arrived at the cave where the sorcerer was hiding. They could feel the dark energy emanating from the cave, and they knew that they had to act fast. Hector and Benny put their plan into action. They snuck into the cave and carefully navigated through the labyrinthine tunnels, avoiding detection from the sorcerer's minions. Finally, they reached the chamber where the crystal was being held. The sorcerer was waiting for them, flanked by his minions. Hector and Benny stood tall, ready to fight for what was right. The battle was intense. The sorcerer was a powerful foe, and his minions were relentless. But Hector and Benny were determined to save the kingdom and its people, and they fought with all their might. Finally, they emerged victorious. The sorcerer and his minions fled, and the crystal was once again in Hector's possession. As they stepped out of the cave, they could feel the magic of the kingdom returning. The sky brightened, the trees stood tall, and the banana citizens emerged from their homes, looking happier and more alive than ever. Hector and Benny returned home as heroes, celebrated by all the animals of the forest. They had saved the day, and brought hope and happiness back to the magical banana kingdom.